What's up, guys? LD Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 13 of my Minnesota Timberwolves rebuild series. Now, in the last episode, I showed you guys game 1 of round 1 of the playoffs, so the first game all in all. And now I'm just simming some games of that first round to just see what happens. You see, now we're down 1-2 in the series, which is a bit concerning, but we go back to 2-2. And then I'll look at the stats for a second, but this isn't a big deal. Basically, I figured unless it comes down to like the final game, I wasn't going to play it, and so I basically just simmed that. And then the team that we're playing in this round is the Trailblazers, so here's a look at some of their stats. You see Batum, Aldridge, and Lillard are killing it, so we're going to need to try to shut those guys down, or else there really is no chance of us winning this game. So here's a look at our stats now. I wasn't able to show you any playoff stats in the last episode because, of course, there wasn't any stats recorded because it was the first game of playoffs. But you see Wilcox is leading our team, which is a really bright sign because he's a young player, and he actually looks like kind of a stud already, so I'm happy about that. But let's listen to this 2K Sports pregame show.
We are here to bring you all the action on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal. And the series being hosted in Minneapolis for tonight's game as the Timberwolves will be going up against the Portland Trailblazers. For Portland, they expended some energy getting out of the first round, closing it out in 6 games. Now the focus shifts to opening the series tonight on a positive note. Well, here we go. Semifinals are here. Got 8 teams left. For the teams that have made it this far, anything is possible.
Yes, anything is possible. It has to be your mentality coming in. You've made it this far. If you can keep that momentum, who knows, Ernie?
Yeah, you might be able to actually pick some winners in the next round. Anything's possible. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Alright, guys, so we're hopping into this game. You see the first clip, the Trailblazers have the ball, so they're just doing whatever they can to start off well. And they're going to get the first points of the game while hitting that mid-range jumper with, I don't even know who that is. I think it might have been Thomas Robinson. I wasn't paying close enough attention. But then we're going to get 2 points right back on the board following a layup by, I believe, J.J. Wilcox. So you see just kind of back and forth. They're going to get a layup of their own, and then we're going to toss this up to our boy Wiggins, and he's going to flush that one home. So good news there. We're going to get our alley-oop going nice and early. I love getting those alley-oops. Like I said, our roster has to be like one of the most athletic of all time. As we get another sick alley-oop right here, this time with J.J. Wilcox just flushing it down. He's showing off his hops, man. This guy probably got a whole 40 inches in the air this time, if not more. He's got crazy verticals, so I really enjoy seeing him on those oops. He even has he has a badge, the Lob City finisher badge, and he's only a point guard, so you know there's something special about that. So, I don't typically like to talk about other series while I'm doing one, but this should be a brief message now. Of course, I didn't post much yesterday. I started the online league, which I'm excited about kickstarting, but for those of you who like my Lakers MyGM fantasy draft, I've edited down a video of that, and I'm about to commentate over that, so that should be up sometime later today. And then, of course, my career I still need to create. Now, that might be either today, and it might have to wait till tomorrow. I'm not sure, but definitely, of course, this series is going to be posted today as you're watching the video right now. And then the Lakers MyGM will be posted later today. So good news for all you guys who are missing out on the Lakers, or what I should say is missing the Lakers MyGM, because now that's going to finally come back into fruition. It's going to be back in, the whole series planning and all that. I just kind of took a break from it because I was getting kind of bored of it. But I'm starting to miss it a little bit, so that's coming back. But right here, what's more important is the playoffs. We're trying to get our first ever championship. We're doing what we can in these playoffs. Now, I want to get the game 1 up on these Trailblazers because I know that this team is a beast. It's just a beast team. So I know that if I don't win this first game, they're going to probably beat me in the series when I try doing the simming. And I haven't tried simming yet. It's still, this series is still stuck at just 1 game. So, following this, I think I'm just going to base whether I play playoff games depending on, like, kind of the importance of them. Like, if we're down to, like, Game 7, if we're down to, like, Game 7, I will likely play that just because that's an important game. It kind of determines where the series goes. So, if it goes down to Game 7, I'll probably play that, but otherwise, it's not extremely important to me. I'm always going to play Game 1 of the playoffs. I'll probably only play, like, Games 1 and Game 7. That way, there's still a possibility of me losing. Otherwise, if I just play every game, likelihood is I'll do pretty well because I'm good at this game. So I'm gonna win. I'm more likely to win playing it than I am simming it. So I still want to give myself the opportunity to lose a series by only playing games 1 and 7. And then, of course, as you guys know, or I should say, as you guys know, but for those of you who watch the Lakers MyGM, you guys already know that when it comes to the finals, I will be playing every single game in that, just because it's the finals. It's extremely important, and so I just feel like we really got to put that, put as much as that in there. So finals, every single game will be posted if we make it. Now, I may be talking ahead of myself, but yeah, we'll just see if we make finals. I'm really hoping we do. We had a great record, so in my mind, we should make playoffs. We should make finals, but in playoffs, there's a lot of things that could happen, so I'm still kind of, freaking out about, especially this series against the Trailblazers. I'm a little bit concerned about playing this team in the next round. I'm not sure what teams are still left, but we'll have to see who we play next round too. But the West is definitely a stacked series of teams, and since this is not a fantasy draft, this West is just exactly how it would be. Plus, there's been players who developed and all that, so teams like the Thunder are going to be unstoppable. And then if we play a team like the Cavaliers in the finals, man, this would just be really crazy. It'd be really entertaining, though. So I'm really excited to see where these playoffs can go. There's a lot of teams that are going to be really fun to play. This Trailblazers team, for one, is pretty fun to play with Lillard and Aldridge and all those guys. Now, I wouldn't mind getting a guy like Lillard on the squad, because this guy can just drop points like no tomorrow. I don't know what it is about his sim stats, but this guy gets so many points, and it's so ridiculous. So I may have to look in to possibly getting me a guy like Damian Lillard if I can actually get him. Of course, I got Wilcox, who's like the main point guard, but I'm sure with Wilcox, the way he's performing and his potential, the Blazers would probably be willing to offer me a guy like Lillard for Wilcox, maybe like a pick or something. Now, I'm not going to act too hastily on that, though, because it seems like Wilcox really could be like the next best player of the league. Like, that's really what he's turning into, because he's really just he's dominating like in every single way possible. Like, there's in every situation where it seems like he wouldn't succeed, this guy is doing fantastic. It really seemed like shooting was going to be an issue, and he's doing great in that. And then playoffs, when he should be choking as a rookie, he's dropping the most points on this team. So I'm really looking forward to see how Wilcox develops and all that good stuff. So right here, you see we're actually up by 3 and making that up by 6, following the three-pointer by, I believe, Wilcox right there. So there we go. You see that they get their lead back down to 4, though. Realistically, like I mentioned in the last episode of this, in the playoffs, no team's going to go down without a fight. So we are definitely just trying to extend this lead to try to keep them from having any hope to tie this game back up before it ends. So we're trying to toss it up to our boy Paul George. He's going to flush that one home. So there we go, guys. Now we just try to get this momentum going, and hopefully this will transfer over to defense so we can get some stops. Sadly, it does not, because you see Lillard just runs down and pulls up. Now this guy is a beast. Now we knew we had to stop Lillard if we want to win this game, and if there's any time where we need to stop him, it's right now. It's right here. He gets a beautiful bounce pass to Batum, who finishes in the paint and gets the foul. So not a good sign for us. And then he hits the free throw, so we're only up by 3. Right here, we're trying to shoot the 3, but nothing happens. They get the rebound, and now they have 5 seconds left to possibly tie this game up. We are only up by 3. This is where defense matters. Now, usually you guys see me on the offensive side of the ball, time running out. Now it's defense. What can we do? Lillard just pulls up. Thank God. He had the space to hit it. He misses it. We're going to chuck that bad boy up, make sure that we can't get fouled so the game ends, and we have officially came out of game 1 with a 61-58 victory over the Trailblazers. So beautiful game by our guys. You see they're all extremely happy, and they should be. They performed so well, and I'm happy for them as well because they're doing a great job. So here's a look at some of the stats. Now, last off, if you guys enjoyed, please click that like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I do to make it more interesting in the comment section below. Also, if you have not already, make sure to subscribe. Also, subscribe if you have not already to stay tuned to this series and other series I got going on this channel.